Cody, welcome to Half the Battle.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Doing amazing. Yourself?
Good.
So, man, I mean, you're taking on Tom Duquesnoy. You looking to go out there and derail the hype train? They're going to make you the underdog in this matchup.
Yeah, I assumed I would be. Yeah, I'm ready to derail that hype train. I don't think he's ever fought anybody like me. I think he's fought a lot of guys that were pretty good on their feet, okay wrestlers. I think the UFC kind of fought him, a guy that hadn't been in there in a really long time for his first UFC fight. And I definitely think I'm the best guy that Tom's ever fought. And definitely know that come October 7th, I'm getting my hand raised.
For sure, Cody. And, I have to personally thank you because for your UFC debut, I actually bet on you, and you you won that fight very easily. And, I had heard about your name from Darren Cruikshank for years and years, when he had his UFC fights. And, being in his corner for so many fights, did that make that UFC debut any easier?
I think it did actually make it a little bit easier for me just because I kind of knew the process. I knew I knew how everything went backstage, how the weigh-ins and everything else went. So it did actually make it a little bit easier, just because it was a little bit more familiar. But fighting on 8 days' notice is hard, especially in the UFC. And coming off an injury and doing it is real tough. So I'm pretty fortunate that I got to go out there and handle my business and get that first UFC win.
It looked like you were having fun out there, man. I mean, you tested your stand-up when you were ready to take him down. You took him down. I mean, what was that experience like?
Yeah. I mean, the thing was, I really didn't know what I had in the tank. I didn't really know what I had as far as, I don't know how much I could take. I didn't know. I really felt like I maybe had 1 to 2 good rounds in me, if we're being honest. I definitely didn't feel like I could go 3 hard rounds, and I think a lot of the takedowns that you saw were more or less me, taking them down, holding them down, just more or less taking a break, really, just because I was trying to conserve energy. I didn't really want to get to that third round against a guy like Terry Ware, who is a real good boxer, selling on his shots and kind of walks people down. I really didn't want to be in that third round with no gas in the tank. That would have been real tough for me. So. I had to fight smart. I had to stay real relaxed, and as you saw, part of me staying relaxed was just me, shit talking and pointing them out, kind of fucking with them a little bit, and the game plan it worked to the T.
And Cody, there's a lot of fighters coming out of Detroit these days. Are there going to be a lot more coming up? Because man, you got Kevin Lee, Miles Jury, Tony Ferguson. I mean. There's a lot of guys coming out of there now.
Yeah. I think so. I think there's a few more guys coming out of Michigan that could make it to the show. It's nice because a lot of the guys, like me, Darren, like the guys I'm training with right now, I feel like are some of the best dudes in the world. I've been training with Miles a little bit. So I think you're going to see, and whenever you get that many good guys in one place. Everybody else kind of levels up just because you have to. If the guys are coming in consistently, those guys are going to get a lot better too. So the more talented guys we can put in one room, the more success breeds success. So the more talented dudes you put in one place, the more that you're going to make.
Your record, you're 15-1 or 16-1, but in my opinion, you're undefeated. I watched that fight that you lost, and I mean, in my opinion, you clearly won that fight. But things happen. So it's going to be real shocking when these line makers make you the underdog against this a guy who has a similar record to you, which I'm looking to capitalize. But are you impressed with this kid at all about anything?
Yeah, Tom Duquesnoy, he's real tough, man. He comes forward, he throws hard. He's always got a really good gas tank. I think he's really mentally tough. He comes to fight. I've never really seen him in a fight where he was tentative or hesitant to throw. I mean, every single fight, he's aggressive. He goes after you. He pretty much breaks guys. I think a lot of the ways I've seen a lot of his fights, and he loses the first round, kind of loses half the second round, and then his opponent starts to fade, and then middle of that second round, he really starts picking it up, and then, you know, he kind of breaks the guy in the middle of the second, third round, gets finished, or, you know, he'll land a hard shot in the beginning and finish a guy. You know, I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy that's going to, you know, start folding halfway in the second round. Like, I'm not going to get tired in this fight. I already know that for sure. You know, I'm pushing myself way too hard to get in there and get tired in 10 minutes. You know, right now I feel like I'm in twice as good a shape as I was, you know, when I fought in July there already. My weight is already way lower than I was, well, you know, going into that fight. So, you know, everything he does well, I feel like I do better. And, you know, this is, you know, a huge opportunity for me to go out and show people that, you know, I'm one of the best bantamweights on the planet.
Are you looking to teach him a lesson in USA wrestling? Are you looking to test your stand-up? I mean, what's the plan here?
You know, I don't know. I always, I always think that I know exactly what I'm going to do. You know, going into the fight. You know, I think I'm gonna impose my mixed martial art game on him. You know what I mean? You know, wherever I think I can take advantage of him. You know, wherever I see him to be weak. You know, that's where I'm going to go. You know, I always have a pretty good game plan going into fights. I think that's kind of what has put me where I am today. You know, I really study my opponents religiously. I have pretty good ideas what their tendencies are, and yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to go in there and double leg him on his head, but at one point in this fight, I'm 100% going to take him from his feet above my head to his back. There's no question about that. I'm definitely going to take him down, but I think I can stand up with him too. I'm not really going to go. I'm not going out there, you know, looking to grind out a decision. You know, I want to go out there and I want to give people what they want to see. You know, I can stand up and crack with anybody. You know, I'm a Golden Glove state champ. You know, I train with, you know, Darren Cruikshank and a lot of guys. You know, Darren's like one of the best kickboxers in the world. So, you know, my kickboxing is good, and I really do want to test it against Tom's. Because, you know, that's going to make for one hell of a fight. But I'm going to mix it up. You know, I'm going to be all over the place in this guy. And, you know, I really do think that this has, like, Fight Night written all over it.
How's this drop to bantamweight, man? Because, I mean, I've seen that you fought in both weight classes. I would assume you enjoy fighting at featherweight more. You know, you get to eat a little bit more. But, honestly, how do you feel dropping to bantamweight?
I feel like a monster at bantamweight. You know, the weight cut is hard. You know, the diet leading up to it. I've never really been on a really good strict diet, and now I am, and the weight is coming off exactly the way I should. I feel good. You know, I'm gonna get my weight absolutely as low as I can. But yeah, I'm a big bantamweight. I would rather fight at featherweight, but man, there's some humongous featherweights. So you know, bantamweight's gonna be at home for me. You know, yeah, not eating and being on a restricted diet as I am right now isn't exactly the funnest thing in the world. You know, I feel like I'm eating like a freaking rabbit every day, but you know, it'll pay off come time I get on the scale, and you know, when I'm in the sauna, I don't have to, you know, kill myself to make the weight.
Yeah, and you know, there is a card in the Detroit, you know, coming up around the same time as your fight in Vegas. Did you prefer to be in Vegas, or did you not want that added pressure of fighting at home? Because, you know, I looked at some of your fights on the local scene in Detroit, and man, you bring a pretty big crowd.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly felt like I had more pressure on me when I was fighting in my hometown in Grand Rapids, or in Detroit than, you know, when I fought in Las Vegas in the UFC. You know, just because there's you know, I'm looking at like when I sell 500 tickets to a fight. You know, every single person I know, I went to school with, that I trained with, is at that fight. You know, I feel like that puts a lot of extra weight on me. And, you know, going to Las Vegas and fighting, I feel like I didn't have that pressure. So I guess I would really like to fight on that Detroit card. And who knows, you know, maybe I go out there and I have an awesome performance to get out of there injury free. And, you know, I get on that Detroit card, but it's not really something I'm banking on. I originally thought that I was going to fight on the Detroit card, but when this opportunity came up, you know, there's no way I could say no to it. This was exactly what I wanted, and the exact opponent that I wanted. So yeah, I mean, we're going to get it done October 7th instead of December 2nd.
So obviously that last fight, I mean, you showed all aspects of the game. You're having fun in there, talking a little shit like you mentioned. Tell me about your approach and your mindset as a fighter and a competitor.
You know, I feel like the more pressure I have on me, the better I perform. You know, I really feel like I need that pressure to kind of to get me up, to get me going. You know, as an athlete, you know, I really thrive under that situation. You know, being a fighter, I don't want to be one of those guys, you know, that goes out and wrestle fucks everybody, because that's really not what people want to see. People want to see flashy. People want to see, you know, big athletic moves. You know, they want to see people pick guys up and throw them around and throw spinning kicks and all that crazy shit. I want to be an entertaining fighter. You know, I want to be a guy that people really look forward to seeing. And, you know, I have the tools, you know, as an athlete to do that. And, you know, I feel like I really didn't get to, you know, I got to showcase a little bit of it, but it was kind of stretched out because I just didn't have the gas tank in the camp behind me that last fight. But this fight I will, you know, and I'll be able to showcase a lot of the tools that, you know, people haven't really seen, just because I haven't really had the opportunity to show them yet. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to October 7th, and I'm really looking forward to getting this weight cut over with and fighting Tom.
And man, you do a really good job of hiding it, man. Because I really couldn't tell. I mean, you won all the rounds fairly easily. I mean, it got a little hairy at times because Tyrion is a really good boxer, but I thought you beat him on the feet, and of course, you dominated in the wrestling.
Yeah, he's you know, I knew his arms were going to be long. I knew he was going to be able to hit me from a really long ways away. But there was a lot of times when I was kind of like take a step back and relax, and he would hit me, and I was like, holy crap, this guy's like, you know, his arms are longer than my legs. You know, he's got like a 74-inch reach. He's got like the same reach as Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? He's got insanely long arms. He's going to give bantamweights a really hard time. I've never fought anybody that was that lengthy like that. So, you know, hats off to him. I think he's fighting here pretty soon, too. Like November, December. So, yeah, best of luck to Tyrion when he fights.
Do you feel like you got the proper amount of experience before, you know, coming into the UFC? Because with a lot of these guys that have very good records, you know, you look deeper into it and they're padded records, but you look at your record, you know, you fought against guys like Sharapov, who, you know, everyone on the regional scene knows that's a very tough guy. So do you feel like now with all that experience, you're ready to make a run here in the UFC?
Yeah, I do. You know, I really thought I would be there a lot sooner, but now that I look back at it, I'm glad that I wasn't, because there were some skills I just didn't have, or maybe I had, but I couldn't perform like I wanted to in the cage. You know, so some guys go out and you know, everything they can do in the gym, they can do in the cage, but I think it took me a little bit longer to develop, you know, as a fighter. And, you know, now that I have that in-cage experience that I feel like a lot of guys don't, you know, a lot of guys that are in the UFC right now are like 7-3, and they're still in like a developmental stage to where, you know, I feel like I'm past that developmental stage. I'm in like a, you know, let's fucking buckle down and let's go fuck some guys up. Like I want to fight some tough guys. I don't want to fight these guys that are 7-1, 7-2, or, you know, guys with less than 10 fights in UFC. Like I want to fight, you know, Tom Duquesnoy, who's the #1 guy in Europe, and then I want to go fight somebody in the top 10. Like I want to fight the absolute best, because I've already had all those developmental fights. Like I know what my game is. You know, I know myself as an athlete. I'm ready to take on, you know, like real legit challenges. And yeah, I think that the timing as far as me getting in the UFC was perfect. So everything worked out, you know, the way it was supposed to.
And, you know, me personally, you know, I am a betting man, and I always like when a guy's face defeat early in his career and come back from it like you. You know, even though I thought you won that fight, what did you take away from that loss?
You know, that was a really, really tough one, because, you know, it's one thing to go out there and just get your ass kicked. You know what I mean? Like, you get your ass kicked, you go back to the drawing board. You know, I did it as an amateur boxer, as an amateur wrestler, you know, in a lot of other combative ways. You know what I mean? You go out there, you go out on the mat, and some guy freaking throws you around, kicks your ass. You know, it's like, man, and you go back to the gym and you just work harder. But, you know, going into a fight and you know, a fight that I 100% had no doubt in my mind when that fight was over, I won that fight. I won all 3 rounds. I knew it in my head. And then, you know, losing that decision, it was brutal. It hurt, and it just motivated me to be a guy that I didn't want to get in another fight where like a judge could ever say that I lost a round. I think it definitely motivated me to push the pace more, have more offense, look for the finish. Because I was kind of fighting to win decisions, and after that fight, it kind of changed my mentality. And I really just wanted to go out and kill guys. In my last 2 fights before the UFC, I had 2 really good finishes. I think I finished 3 out of 4 opponents.
Yep.
Going into the UFC. So my mentality now is I want to get guys out of there. I don't want to grind out a close decision. I don't ever want to be in a position where the fight's over and you think you won and you lose in the judges' scorecards, because that sucks. I don't ever want to go there again. I'd rather go down swinging and like Conor McGregor said last night, I'd rather hit the mat than make the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, and Cody, you brought up how your last 2 regional scene fights before your UFC debut, you went out there, you knocked the guys out. So, can we expect some knockouts here in the UFC in your next couple fights?
I think so. I definitely had the power. I knocked a lot of guys out in amateur boxing. I've got some real hard kicks. If I land them, guys will go out. I put guys out in the gym all the time. And if I go into the cage, I'm firing on all cylinders, which I will be, because this is my life now. I'm not doing anything but training. I can definitely put anybody unconscious. I have that ability. I have a couple of really hard shots, and if I hit anybody with them, they're gonna go to sleep. And I'm gonna be looking to land those shots. I want to be that guy that puts guys away. Because that's what gets you paid. Knocking guys out gets you paid. That's what it is. In MMA and any kind of combat sport, boxing, whatever, you put guys out, you're gonna get paid. And I like money, so yeah, I'm looking to knock everybody out.
Yeah, and what were your fights on that fight last night, man? I thought it was a great contest between both guys.
Man, you know what? I really went into it just thinking it was a clown match. I was like, man, these guys are gonna walk away. No one's losing, everyone's making money. But Floyd's gonna go out there. Just from a fighter standpoint, I'm thinking Floyd's gonna absolutely, mop Conor McGregor up. And then, having watched that fight, honestly, I really think Floyd was having a legit hard time with Conor in the beginning of that fight. He wasn't expecting Conor to, have that good distance control. He wasn't expecting to get hit when he came in like that. Conor 100% took Floyd out of this game, but, Floyd's got, Olympic boxing experience, 50 pro fights. I mean, you're talking about the best boxer of our time, of our generation, and Conor McGregor went out there and was beating him, and beating him up. And I don't care what anybody says, Floyd was having a hard time landing shots on him. And in the beginning of that fight, you could say that was a strategy to let Conor wear himself out. But if Floyd was that damn good, he would have walked out there and knocked Conor out in the first round. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have had to wear him out. He would have knocked him out early. You know what I mean? And made a statement for boxing. But I think Floyd. He couldn't. He really couldn't. I think he couldn't find his range. He couldn't find him. You know what I mean? He couldn't find McGregor, and McGregor was touching him with stuff. But Floyd was obviously the better man that night.
Well, Cody, it's going down. UFC 216, you and Tom Duquesnoy. If it was up to you, man, I know you'll take a win by any means necessary, but if it was up to you, how would this fight go down?
15-second knockout. 15-second knockout. Just get me in and out of there. Get me paid and let me go home and enjoy myself. And then I'll fight in Detroit.
Yes, sir. Well, Cody, we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us right here, right now on Half the Battle. It's been a pleasure. Let the audience know where they can follow you, and any message for the fans, go ahead.
Everything on my social media is just Cody Stamann, CODY STAMANN. Thanks for having me, guys. I look forward to putting on a good show for everybody October 7th.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Cody.
Take care, guys.